Hello chums and welcome to another Let's Play with me, RC, here on Video Chums. Today we're going to be playing a bit of Tidal Tribe. Now this is a brand new game that came out today, and this game is a, for lack of a better genre or phrase, a God game. You know, you guys remember these games where you pretty much play God and or some sort of entity that can edit the height of the land, create mountains or create valleys, and try to help or hurt your people depending on what kind of person you are or what kind of deity you are. So we're going to jump into story mode here right now and check this out. We're going to start a brand new game. We got difficulty normal and hard. We'll just stick with normal. If you like the story part of games, you can choose to play the extended version where a couple story sequences are a little bit longer. You can always change this. And okay, we're going to go with the normal version since personally I'm a little bit more interested in the gameplay here as opposed to the actual story. Alright, so I see we have the map. We have progress, poll, abilities, options, save and quit. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. So we have a character here controlling with the WASD keys. And we have a friend there saying, "Heyo." And it says, "I'm an origami duck. I'm a piece of paper swimming on water. Paper is made from papyrus, a plant growing close to water. Someday I will die here in the water and become a nutrient for new plants of papyrus." I don't think the origami duck is actually alive. Or is it? And if it's alive, it's through magic, right? So, does it die? I guess part of this magical spell on the origami duck is that it dies someday? What a terrible spell. Anyway, that's the circle of life, fueled by water. Take good care of water. I think that is a very good lesson for everybody here. We're going to start mission 1. Let's jump into it. Yes! Sepia Rain. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, people lived peacefully from day to day. That was until the earth was torn asunder, and the beast emerged underneath with thunder. A rapture, chaos, blood, and fire. They tried to fight the beast so dire. With no success, just more distress. All hope was gone. The night concealed the sun. But then, the day had come, the hero arrived. The hope to live, it once more thrived. The shots of his bow, the swings of his sword. The beast, too, had... Oh no, I lost it! From up her tower in this darkest hour, the princess witnessed this magical power. This night is hoarse, this force. If we find its source, maybe evil will run its course? It's going too quick for me to keep up. Meanwhile, down below, in her destroyed bower. Oh no, the story was going by super quick. They should put a little little spacebar marker to let you know like when you could move on and everything like that. Did you hear the music too? It was like getting the guitar in there, getting pretty wild. All right, here we go. We start with Tommy. Now you need to press a button to continue. I'm not sure what that is. Just to sync the music. I'm not sure what that's all about. This has never happened before. Tommy dropped the cards again. He dropped the cards again. He sure did. So you got Tommy, Player, and Timmy. How come Player doesn't have a cool name? Like Limmy or Tummy. How about T-U-M-I? He's really bad at this. It was so good, so great, so gorgeous, so generic. Don't be so harsh on him, says Timmy. He's a bit dizzy today. When he ran out of the house this morning, he fell over some string that was taut between the two trees in front of our door. I think his head hit the ground quite hard. Why? Damn, why was there a string? I guess someone must have built a trap during the night. What? Any idea who it was? Nope. Tommy saw some shadow walking towards him when he was lying on the ground, but whoever it was, they ran away when our mom was calling for him. Damn, some crazy shit happening these days. Wow, potty mouth little tribal guy. Boom. What was that? Crazy shit. I guess we better head to the beach. This doesn't sound good at all. Definitely not good at all. Let's go. But how? Interesting conversation. Oi, there you are. Is that like, oh, they got like a little newsboy guy? Do you see him? He's got like the little newsboy hat and he's got papers. He's like, oi, there you are. Breaking news, breaking news. I guess that's the kind of voice he's got to have, right? What happened? Don't know yet. Pretty unclear situation. Lots of chaos. Doesn't look good. There were explosions. Lots of explosions. Half the beach got destroyed. Looks like another attack of the Night Wanderers. After all, those wildlings love grenades. But they disappeared once again. Oh, I gotta keep the voice going. Before they could get caught. Anyway, your help is required. The Elder sent me. There's just too many farms destroyed. They need your terraforming powers to rebuild everything. Unfortunately, it's necessary this time. You know, wow, this guy is like 3 paragraphs of stuff to say here, and I have a feeling there'll be a 4th here. You know, build some lakes in the hills for plants to grow and provide food and everything, but don't worry, there's still some trees left, so take your time. At least there's no imminent risk of famine, and yeah, once you've reached the necessary score, you can continue playing with your friends. Oh, and those blue canna people on the other side of the beach. You don't need to look after them. I mean, we live together, but they're from a different tribe, so they don't contribute to your score. Although, you're still free to help them, of course. Wow. It's kind of harsh, I would say. If you got nothing better to do, and yeah, I guess that's everything you need to know for right now. If you got nothing better to do, you can help other people. What a message. So let's go. Okie dokie. Wow. Okay, info dump at the beginning. Chapter 1. Nature? Well, let's see what we've got here. Wait. Am I talking to myself? I guess everyone does that from time to time, right? At least that's what I like to tell myself. But anyway, it says press D-pad right. But I am using mouse and keyboard. So should I be using the controller? Okay, we switched over. Explaining stuff to yourself is a great way to repeat what you've learned. So let's do that. Even if I start feeling a little bit crazy talking to myself like that. But hey, the world would be a boring place without some crazy people, wouldn't it? I'd like to get to the game. I'd like to see like what we're going to be building here. I feel like we're doing a lot of talking, not enough playing. Should I get too much on my nerves, I can always deactivate this tutorial, where I wouldn't recommend doing that if it's my first time playing, but checking out where it's possible would at least be a great first lesson to learn how to open the menu. Okay, yep, fair enough. So let's open the menu and go to the Wiki tab. Press start. Go to the Wiki tab. How to be a winner for losers. You're stuck and don't know what to do. You want to be a winner too? Then this booklet will show you the way to success. Okay, so I guess that's what we want. Oh boy, you're gonna make me read through stuff to figure out how to play? Ugh. I feel like I'm playing a board game. You don't want to be a loser. You don't want to be a loser, don't you? You don't want to be a loser, don't you? No matter how many times I say that, it just doesn't sound right. No one wants to be a loser, and everyone who says differently is a loser, but don't worry. You no longer have to feel ashamed. By following these simple strategies, you can finally show your neighbor who you really are. You're going to build your own success story all by yourself, or well, How do I win? Reach the necessary score of 500 and press the button to win. Yeah, but how do I score? Increase the level or number of buildings to satisfy people's needs. Anything else I gotta know? Only buildings of the primary ethnicity Bromahali count. Okay. So on the ground, you got walk, sprint, jump. So you're actually controlling characters, it looks like. Changing terrain, triggers, or D-pad, up and down. Oh, that's to change your brush, okay. In air. Wow, there's a lot of controls that they dump on you right at the beginning before you even get to, like, play the game. General chest, before you care about anything else, build lakes, lots of lakes. Apart from the area where the wave hits, pretty much everything should be covered in plants. Just have fun building and don't worry too much about the details at first. Once that is done, provide enough fruits, plants, i.e. plants, of the different types to allow people to craft everything. Satisfy their needs and upgrade their homes. On the map, you can check where certain needs are unfulfilled. And where certain plants are missing. Shape the terrain to make those plants grow too. In the wiki, or short version on the next page, you can check the different growing conditions of the plants. In order to reach the buildings to higher levels, it's important to fulfill all the needs. Also make sure that rivers and walls don't aren't causing people to take unnecessary detours, that their homes aren't up too high on a hill. You can always help collecting fruit yourself. Make sure the paths you want to take aren't too steep. Myths and completing the treasure map may help you too. You take some time until the people have collected. I think this game would have benefited from a nice, like, you know, as you play tutorial type of thing. You know, you play Tycoon games, and the Tycoon games usually let you play, and they give you little quests to do while you're playing to, you know, facilitate a tutorial, which I feel like this would greatly benefit from that. So this is kind of info dumping you at the very beginning with everything. And for me, that's never the way at least for me, I don't learn great that way. I don't really like having everything dumped on me in the beginning and just saying, go. I'm more a fan of, like, as I go, just be like, oh, by the way, also, you could do this. You know, they throw different things in there. So, we have a cheat sheet. You can plant cocoa, soapberry, banana, watermelon, date, miracle. You can plant a miracle. You can craft chocolate, soap, banana peel, watermelonade, date mortar, and miracle sweets. Okay. Sure. And then there's a tourist guide. It does say tutorial on, so maybe that is going to happen here. All right, so if you see here, it looks like we got characters. They are kind of meandering around here, so that's cool. Okay, so we got a village over there. See there, I could flip the switch to shut up should I feel skilled enough. That was quite easy, wasn't it? Now, let's get started with good stuff. Building my first lake. That spot over there next to the village where Tommy placed the flamingo, that looks like a place where I could easily build a lake, just by adding a little wall. So I should probably head over there, or even sprint over there. Okay, I guess by holding A you can sprint. Okay. Okay, so these guys really want me to build something here. Ah! I guess we have a lake? Or did this... No, okay, I see. The water just... The tide came in. That's what happened. I mean, I'm still quite young and sprightly after all. I just gotta hope that this time Tommy got an actual lawn flamingo and didn't just stick a dead flamingo on a stick again. Man, he's got problems. Go to the marker using left stick up, left stick... Well, right, yes, to move. Press the L shoulder button to sprint. Oh, he makes like a little vroom sound when he does. It's kind of funny. Yeah, vroom. Select the largest brush. Terraformer using D-pad up and down. Okay, we are on Terraformer. You know that because at the very bottom, on the left, you can see the text change. Some icons would be very, very helpful with that too. And leave it on screen so I know what I have selected. That would be helpful as well. Raise the terrain at the marker by pressing the right shoulder button. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, we are definitely raising the terrain. But how much higher do I have to go? Do I have to go super... Oh, no, it's where the marker is. Oh, boy. Okay. This is not... This was not exactly what we should have done, right? Alright, let's try to put our place back in order here. Whoa, we really raised the terrain here. This is kind of nice, though. Just using the shoulder buttons or the trigger buttons on the controller, you can easily manipulate stuff. Like, this is as simple as me just tapping the left trigger button here. Alright, you can see this guy is really wanting banana peels, so you can see that we have people who want things already. Alright, so here's the marker. But how high do we want this to be? That is still my question. There we go. Nice. Building something just always feels good. Yeah, originally I thought that the flamingo was supposed to be the marker. That's why it kind of confused me there. After all, that's what I'm here for. Building lakes, building lots of lakes. I want this entire world to be covered in lakes and plants. No barren spots shall remain. Well, apart, of course, from the areas where the wave hits. Don't want to mess those up. So yeah, lots and lots of plants to satisfy people's needs and allow them to upgrade their homes. That's the goal. But anyway, you know, it's even better than building. Flying. Haven't done that quite a while. Press the right shoulder button to jump. But if I do that right now... Then I'm going to build something. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's the bumper that does it. So while moving, jump and press and hold the R button to glide. I guess I'm doing it. Double tap the shoulder button to stop hovering. Oh! And then to cover some distance. I see. Alright. I can control the sea. It's already quite an achievement, isn't it? But speaking of which, let's show these waves who's boss around here. I should probably build some more walls over there to control and divert them. Raise the terrain at the marked areas. Oh, the water's coming. It's coming in. So I really like the idea of this game of, like, you know, terraforming the land with the tides coming in. Hey, found a butterfly. That's cool. There we go. Now we're flying. Okay. So we want to build some more walls. So that means we have to do the wall erector, I guess. Actually, I don't even know if that's a good direction to divert them to. Let's destroy these walls again. Okay. Besides, as I've said, I better leave the area where the wave hits free. Otherwise, the water may not reach the back of the beach. Hey, we have a tree growing just out of nowhere. Luckily, removing the walls is as easy as building them, unlike debt. Select the smoother or smoother brush. All right. Smoother. And remove the wall that you just added. I think we're doing it. I think it's happening. Oh, I see. Okay, that one's good, and that one's good. Okay. So they definitely have a tutorial that you could follow along with, which is cool. But there seems to be a lot going on, a lot of guidance with just text. You gotta do a lot of reading if you're gonna get to this point. Alright, man, I still got it in me, ain't I? Or shouldn't don't I? Man, I still got it in me, don't I? Problem is, with all the excitement, I kind of forgot what I was actually supposed to do. But as my teacher always says, you don't have to know every single piece of information, you just gotta know where to find it. Luckily, she gave me this brochure for dummies and losers, so where did I put it? Oh yeah, there it is. So go to the wiki, how to be a winner for losers. Okay, so we already did that. Yeah, we already looked at all this stuff. Take a look at the win conditions. Take a look at the tutorial recap. Okay, I think we got it. Yep. All right. Making people happy. That was it. That's pretty much always it, isn't it? Providing everything they need so they can upgrade their houses. So all I got to do is use the water to build lakes and rivers, which makes plants grow. That have fruits that satisfy people's needs, which makes them upgrade their buildings until I reach the necessary score. Sounds easy enough. Just got to be careful that the water, besides bringing life, doesn't also cause floods and destruction. Speaking of which, I wonder where exactly the waves around here are. Well, they keep coming in, I'll tell you that. Okay, we got to go to the wiki by clicking back to list and open the tourist guide. Oh boy, we got all kinds of stuff. All right, the waves. All you need to know for a lovely day with your lovely family at the beach. What is all I need to know? Just got to be careful that the water, besides bringing life, doesn't also cause floods. Speak of which, blah, blah, blah. Okay, take a look at the landscape properties. Huh. Okay. It's not all about waves. You probably want some information about the landscape too. This doesn't say anything though. I'm using the stick to see if there's like a place to, scroll to or what, but I'm not seeing it. Let's see. You got water seeping away, volcanic activity, parasitic plants, water eroding sand. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Oh yes, those waves should be enough to cover this land in beautiful forests. Just have to pay attention to get enough trees of all different types, because different trees, or rather their flutes, satisfy different needs, and the trees all have different growing conditions. Some grow closer to the sea, some further away. Some need sunny hills, others prefer the shadow or flat land, and some just grow next to certain plants. But luckily, I got this book for my birthday that contains all this information. Great, so we get to open up another wiki with all the with all the stuff in it. Fruits and stuff. Oh my god, there's a whole bunch to this game. Okay. Take a look at the banana tree entry. Let's find the banana tree. Needs very flat terrain, close to the water. The banana tree is probably one of the trickier plants to grow, but the effort is definitely worth it. If just for its pretty leaves alone, which are often used as decoration. Interesting fact about banana trees and watermelons, despite growing close to the water, do not like terrain that has recently been flooded by a wave. Who knew? So like up here, I guess would be a good spot. Like right there would be a good spot for a banana tree maybe, because it's close to the water but it's not flooded. So yeah, it doesn't look too complicated. I mean, the cheat sheet told me already the most important stuff anyway, but I guess it's nice to have a place to look up the details just in case, or in case I'm into that stuff. So to summarize, cocoa trees grow close to the sea on sunny hills and satisfy the need for pleasure. Soapberry trees grow close to the... Okay, I can go through this again later in the thing. Watermelons grow close to the... Everything grows close to the water except for dates. Although initially, I don't have to worry about the miracle berries too much, since most people don't even know how to craft those things. First, they need some pineapples to teach the kids about that stuff. And a couple papaya trees might be neat too. Those are good for healing purposes. And finally, I need coconut palms, of course. Otherwise, people are gonna starve to death. But luckily, those grow pretty much everywhere. Luckily, I grabbed this fancy magazine, because that thing taught me that having soap apparently speeds up crafting mortar dates. Helps dealing with all that sticky mess, I guess. I feel like I'm playing a visual novel here. I feel like I'm mostly just reading. If someday I have time for it, I should probably skim a bit more through that thing. But more important than that fancy magazine is my fancy map. Because on that thing I can actually check what needs are satisfied, where and how many plants are there, and all those important things. Alright, go to the wiki and open up Enki magazine. Okay. And take a look at the health, fruits, and needs section. There we go. Go to the map tab. Alright, so I guess the red arrow is where we are. You can show the different ethnicity of homes, level, emergency, all that stuff. Wow, this is actually a much more complicated game than I was expecting. I was expecting this to be a much more like laid back thing, but there's a lot of reading, and look at all the different stats and everything you keep track of. Like I said, definitely was not expecting that. Show the location of plants for cocoa tree. Okay. There's cocoa tree. Show the satisfaction of needs for pleasure. There we go. And I should remember, even though their basic needs are the same all over the world, I might encounter some people along my journey that are quite different in terms of behavior. But the tourist guide and society type will always help me out if it comes to those things. Okay? Oh, and I shouldn't forget that just providing enough plants isn't enough. They need to be easily reachable too. They are of no use if it takes people ages to reach them and collect the fruits. So I should always pay attention to building bridges over rivers, dig valleys through mountains, and generally provide direct flat paths toward plantations. Okay? But luckily, I can always check my map if there are any unnecessary detours. Show the path inefficiencies. Okay, so you can see crafting talent, so that's cool. All right, show. Path inefficiencies. How do I do that? Indicate fruit num. Here we go. Checkbox. Oh, there you go. Okay. So you do see a small little line highlight on the map, but it's really hard to see because everything in the menu is brown. And that pops up, and it's a real faint tan line that's right below the Bamboo Pond Old Town, or Bamboo Pond and Old Town, and then there's one above Blukenna Village. And there's actually one below Spa Town too, but again, you can't really see it unless you're searching for it. Well, at this point, there probably aren't any inefficient paths yet, but there surely will be in the future, so I gotta remember to keep an eye on that. Oh, and one more thing. Where good paths are important, I can actually help people collecting fruits. Wrap them up in my blanket and bring them to their buildings. The only problem is it's quite difficult walking with all that stuff, so whenever I'm in collecting mode, I can't climb up any steep hills and need to be careful not to slip into lakes and stuff. Oh, and obviously I can't sprint, swim, or fly either. So yeah, I'm not actually that useful as a fruit harvester, but hey, if I got nothing better to do, it's better than nothing. Alright, enter collecting mode by pressing B. Leave collecting mode. Oh, I gotta be on the ground. Alright, let's land. Alright, I'm still technically flying. How do I... There we go. Okay. So I gotta hit B. And then you leave it by hitting it twice. Alright, so... Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I had a sneeze come up. Woo. Did not want that one to go over the mic. That would have been a little loud, I think. Okay. No fruits to collect, nothing to unload. Alright, let's hit B twice. There we go. Yep, that doesn't look too complicated. Just gotta remember that I lose all the stuff I collected when I leave that mode. So, as I said, I gotta be careful not to get stuck before finishing the delivery. And yeah, I guess that's slowly it. One more thing I need to keep in mind. There's more things. People don't like hills. So the ancient village, right next to the first lake, I built. I should probably lower that at some point. It's going to make people happier. Unfortunately, I think it was built back in the days when people didn't know yet about the dangers of sleeping on hills. But lowering it shouldn't be a problem. Just got to make sure it's still protected from being flooded. Okay, go to maps, uncheck show for show plans, show need satisfaction, and show inefficiencies. Alright, so we got that. Show need satisfaction. None, okay. Show for show plants. Oh, here we go. Uncheck show. I see. Okay. Uncheck. Show the buildings that are too high up. Altitude under show homes. Okay. Ah, now I remember. Jimmy the Nitwit, he also lives on a hill. He's a bit weird and does stupid things. Like that one time... The kids were worried a coconut might fall on their head when taking a nap under a tree, so they asked Jimmy if he knew how long you could sit under a palm until a coconut would... Okay, how is this relevant here? Answer for them 2 weeks later, they found Jimmy unconscious in the woods, passed out of dehydration, sitting non-stop under a palm for 13 days. Palm was dead, fruitless for many years. So yeah, if I got nothing better to do, I might help that poor fella too. Speaking of clumsy fellas and withered plants, though, should I ever have a little accident and destroy some plants, no reason to panic. They'll regrow, and at least the new ones will be younger again. In fact, it's not even a bad idea to deliberately destroy them from time to time, since the younger ones yield more fruit. But yeah, okay. Now I can start building some lakes and get enough plants to satisfy people's needs and reach that score they want to see from me. It may take some time before people have crafted all their stuff, used it, and upgraded their homes. But as long as I provide enough of everything, At least apart from miracle berries. It'll get there eventually, and the Blue-Kenna people beyond the hill don't even count towards the score, but I don't even need to care about them. Go to the save and quit tab. Go to the main tab. Okay. Okay, that should be it. If I finally, if I feel ready, I can now deactivate this tutorial. But if I'm still a little bit unsure what I'm actually supposed to do, I guess I keep talking to myself to feel safer. So I guess I'm still hearing this. Man, must be. I'm really not the most confident guy, ain't it? Wow. Maybe it's because it's the first time I play this game and just want a little guidance. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Maybe get on with it. How about that? There's so much type and text in this game. Good God. Build lakes until you've got 25 plants of type coconut tree. Okay, so let's go to our... okay, so we gotta build lakes. So there's a lake. So we want terraformer, I think. We definitely got some water coming in there. But I don't know that it's actually filling up the area. Hard to tell. Whoa, definitely took over the land there, didn't it? Alright, so we're gonna terraform this until the water can't go anywhere. See where this water's gonna go this time. That water goes up super high. Wow. There's almost like no way to get away from it. Alright, so the tide comes in. I'm hearing people complain or something over here. Okay. I'm not even sure that I fully know that I'm doing it right. We just lost a plant. We had 13 out of 25. Now we have 11 out of 25. So things are not looking very good here. Touche. Try to block this up. Those guys built their shacks right next to where the tide comes in. What are they thinking? All right, we're back up to 13. I don't know if we're gonna hit 25 here before we call it here, to be honest. Oh, it says flood. The game needs a bit more TLC with all the tech stuff and everything. The hard part is that the game looks a certain way. Hey, we're at 15 out of 25. That's a little bit of a get. Oh, see, I didn't even know that there were markers here. That would have been helpful to know beforehand. It said just let's go. Okay, we're at 17 out of 25, so we're definitely gaining here, so that's good. But yeah, the text needs a kind of a visual overhaul. Like it's kind of hard to read. It's not very pretty to look at. And you read a lot in this game. So for a game that has so much reading in it, you think that the text would look a little bit more pretty. I mean, it's not like god awful or anything, but definitely don't look good. This should be your number one rule, in my opinion. Number one rule should be, I put a lot of text in my game. There's a big story in my game. The text is going to look really beautiful. I'm going to have really nice dialogue prompts. You know, that kind of thing. We're at 21 out of 25, so we must have done something right. Hell yeah, look at my lake. My lake looks great. A nice job. I'm really good at this, ain't I? Probably need more though. Okay. Next to focus on, let's say bananas. Alright. Build lakes until you got 20 plants of type banana tree. Alright, we're gonna combine this lake just a little bit here. What do you say? Currently at 5 out of the 20. Oh man, what is that? Some kind of bug or crab or something in there? No, that's the flamingo. It's still in there. I thought I saw fish in this lake earlier, though. There's the butterfly again. Oop, we're sinking. Come on, out of the... Come on. Trying to get out of the water here. There it is. Okay. We're still at only 5 banana trees, so we need more lakes. Maybe over here? How about that? Nothing is growing over here. Like, no vegetation whatsoever. Oh, I see. Okay, so that one said build over here. See, that's the other thing, too, is with this tutorial, it's not... It's failing to remind me that there are markers around. And I don't know if that's because I'm getting distracted or what. But maybe some little arrows on the screen pointing you to let you know that the markers are there might be helpful. Another thing to think about, I think. The funny thing is, I already boarded this area up. Alright, so I'm just... Okay, we got 7 banana trees. Eight banana trees. It's climbing. So I really thought that a lake would be sort of like an enclosed thing, but it seems like a lake could just count as like a... Here, look at this. We have, you know, an area where some water's kind of trapped. So any kind of like even shallow water here, I guess, counts, which is kind of interesting. And we'd probably be getting more banana trees if there was more water over on this side with this one here. I'm gonna see if we can lower this a bit more. Come on, wave, get in there. That didn't exactly work out, did it? Trying to trap that water in, but it's just not quite happening, is it? I mean, some of this area, there's like water underneath already, so if you like just keep digging down, you'll find it, but not all the time. Alright, we're gonna wait for this next wave here, and then we'll trap the water. Alright, so we got plenty of water there. That's a decent little lake. It says use the smoother brush. And we will smooth it out for some flat land here for the banana trees, in hopes that they will someday grow and provide banana sustenance for my tribe. We'll see, right? Actually, it looks like I lost a banana tree. You gotta admit, though, it's a pretty impressive lake I built right here, though, in the beginning. Not too shabby. Yeah, we're keeping around 9, but we're not really doing too much more than that. Okay, some more water's coming in. Whoa! It's really filling up the lake. That's for sure. I really can't tell with the trees whether that's like a texture pop-in thing or if they're actually growing and degrowing. I'm not really sure. There's no other markers, really, right? Okay. Well, there you have it. Well, guys, I don't know that I'm going to get to all the banana trees, but I think that's a pretty good look at this game. We haven't really gotten to the point where we're growing anything and delivering stuff, but I have a feeling that may take another couple hours at the rate things are happening here. But this seems like the kind of game that you would really be into if you're into, you know, the idea of, you know, stats and remembering all the different qualifications for the fruit and how things work and how to win and what to do for all of the different people in your tribe and everything like that. There's really a lot to keep in mind. So if you're into that kind of thing, this seems like the kind of game that would be for you. Like I said, one of my only pet peeves with this one is the text. I feel like it needs some voiceover for people who don't want to read, and I think the text needs to be a little bit more pretty, a little bit more designed, I guess, into the UI of the game here. But yeah, not a bad little game for sure. Just I think it might need just a little bit more TLC, and but then again, I could be completely wrong. These types of games are not games that I have a super ton of experience with, like God games. I played a few, you know, like you guys remember Black and White and stuff like that. I remember playing that back in the 90s, but in the 90s or early 2000s, whenever that came out. But it's been a while though. But you know, it's been a while since I played one of these in general. So, but it's definitely an interesting little game, and it's pretty wordy. But regardless, guys, I want to remind you, hey, do not forget to subscribe to us here on Video Chums on YouTube, because we come out with Let's Plays like this and other gameplay videos all the time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my... Oh, look at the wave coming in. Wow. Things are not going well, are they? For our town here. Don't forget to subscribe to my own personal YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/watchggrc, because I come out with all kinds of other types of game videos too, like you know, reviews and vlogs and that kind of stuff. So of course, chums, I'll see you all next time.